All too often, we bring you the devastating news of teenagers killed in a car accident caused by drinking and driving. It's a lesson students at Mount Lebanon High School don't want to learn firsthand. So a group of them created a movie called Every 15 Minutes, based on the premise that someone in the United States is killed every 15 minutes by a drunk driver. They enlisted the help of fellow students, teachers, and the community to create this film, and the scope of their work is really impressive. The movie includes a major scene involving a mock car crash and a compelling storyline to help drive home their point about the consequences of drinking and driving. And this morning, Austin Wright, a senior at Mount Lebanon High School, is here and the executive producer of the film. Also joining us, Katie Hartman, who plays a leading role in the film, and teacher Tina Responti, who plays a mom and is a teacher, and Mount Lebanon police officer Mike Reamer. Thank you all for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Well, Austin, tell us how this started out as just a regular project and evolved into a movie.
Yeah, the PTA at the Mount Lebanon School District sort of thought of the idea when they heard about the national program Every 15 Minutes. And then the principal talked to me because I have a little experience in the video production aspect of it, and we thought we'd make it into a major movie so kids maybe take it seriously.
Great. Well, we're going to see a clip in just a second, so tell me kind of what happens in the story.
It follows your typical 4 high school students through their daily life at high school. They go home, it's a Friday night, and then they decide to go to a party. Unfortunately, there's drinking at the party, they get drunk, they drive home, and then there's a crash, and then ultimately we end up with some pretty bad consequences of the drinking.
Wow. All right, well, let's take a listen and watch this clip.
I don't know. No one's talking.
What I need you to do is just remain calm. Just need you to remain calm. You have to stop crying.
No, she's
We're going to take care of them. The medics are on their way.
Just help my friend. Just do something. Where's my brother?
Okay, we're trying to help, all right?
We got one DOA over here. The other's critical.
Wow, that's really chilling just to watch. Katie, what was it like? You were the one with the oxygen on your face there. What was it like to be in the middle of all that?
It was pretty crazy. I mean, me and Kaylin were in our spaghetti straps and covered in fake blood, and I was supposed to be unconscious, and she was supposed to be crying, and it was pretty crazy to be stuck in the middle of it.
Did you kind of get a feel for how awful this would be to be involved in an accident?
Yeah,
like that?
all of us were pretty creeped out, and it was a simulation. So it was kind of, if you were in the middle of a real thing, that it would have been really scary.
How important of an issue is this for high schools anywhere?
I think it's really important because a lot of people will go out with their friends and decide to go home drunk, and they have no other way of getting home except if they drive. So, I mean, it's a bad decision, but...
Tina, you're with these kids all the time. You were an actress in the movie. What do you hope this will teach these students?
Well, I hope that they won't get in the car with somebody that has been drinking, or that they themselves won't get behind the wheel. I mean, that's ultimately, I think, the goal. I think a lot of parents always tell their children to call first. You know, if anything, you're in a situation, call us for a ride. And hopefully they'll make that decision rather than getting in a dangerous vehicle.
And Mike, you see this firsthand, being at the accident scenes, the real ones, not just mock ones. How important is this for kids to really take this message seriously?
This is a big issue. The police department puts this as an education initiative and trying to get the word out as best we can. My full-time job in the police department has been the education liaison officer to the school. What Austin and the other students have done is nothing short of remarkable as far as what I've seen so far. We're just trying to get the word out in many different ways, and this is one tremendous avenue of being able to do that.
Austin, tell me about some of the groups that were involved in the filming of this, because you had a lot of people.
Yeah, it was more than just the actors. We had an entire tech crew, and those were the people who came, bared the cold with us outside with the cameras. We also worked with Students Against Destructive Decisions, and they sort of gave us a little guidance about some of the things that we could add into the movie to make it realistic and try to avoid the alcohol use. There were just so many people, the police, the fire department, the
I was
ambulance.
going to say a lot of local people who weren't actors. I mean, real police and fire departments.
Yeah, it was mostly real people. We had a real doctor, we had a real nurse. Everyone was just part of the community who wanted to get their voices heard and to make this an issue that was taken seriously. So it was a huge community project.
What's happening in the movie here? I'm seeing someone getting in.
Well, right now, these are just sort of behind the scenes when we made it. These are just our kids. We had someone died, and unfortunately, but we had...
You mean in the movie?
In the movie, someone did die, and we had a lot of fun making the movie, though. So it was a very serious movie, but together as a cast, we all sort of bonded, and it was a huge cast. We had about 50 kids who auditioned for the movie, and ultimately we had the 4 leads, Katie being one of them. So.
How long is the movie?
It's going to be between 20 and 30 minutes.
Okay. And what do you hope that people watching this movie might get out of it that they might not get from just a regular lecture or presentation?
The consequences are real, and it can happen to you. A lot of people think, well, you know, I see this on the news, but it's never going to happen to me. But, I mean, it could happen practically 2 doors away from your house when you're pulling up. You can crash anywhere, and it can happen to you.
Well, congratulations to all of you. It looks like a really exciting movie and a really very professional job. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah, thanks.
And again, we want to congratulate all the students and folks involved in the production of Every 15 Minutes. Now, after an in-school showing, the public is invited to see the movie on May 21st at Mellon Middle School and Auditorium. And you can also catch a behind-the-scenes version called Inside Look on local cable channel 19 in Mount Lebanon during the month of April.